Confusion and fear as a Greek paradise burns.
Which have forced thousands of people to be evacuated.
The era of global warming has ended. The era of global boiling has arrived.
Global boiling. It sounds pretty intense, but the UN says the threat the world's facing is intense.
The air is unbreathable, the heat is unbearable, and the level of fossil fuel profits and climate inaction is unacceptable.
Data released by the World Meteorological Organization shows the hottest 23 days in recorded history all happened in July this year.
And we're talking about temperatures of mid-40s or higher almost every day for parts of the heat wave over places like Italy and Greece. And that's abhorrent. That's really hard to cope with. It doesn't matter who you are or how fit you are.
Even Antarctica has been hotter than usual, and sea ice is running at record low levels. So why is this happening? Part of it is something called El Niño. It's a weather phenomena that affects water temperatures and wind currents that blow across the Pacific Ocean and can increase average global temperatures and bring more extreme weather. El Niños happen naturally every 2 to 7 years, but some scientists believe they're becoming more intense and more frequent. And on top of that, the temperature of the planet is rising because of us.
Now, it's likely that these heat waves probably would have occurred this summer, but they likely wouldn't have lasted as long or be as intense because of climate change.
Yep, since humans started burning fossil fuels during the Industrial Revolution, scientists say global temperatures have been rising. On average, it's now about 1 degree hotter than it was in the late 1800s. And while that might not seem like a lot, remember it's a global average made up of some extreme highs and some extreme lows. And scientists say it means trouble.
So we're not saying permanently exceeding 1.5 degrees at this point, but more likely than not that one of the next 5 years will temporarily exceed 1.5.
1.5 degrees is the temperature rise that scientists say we need to stay below to avoid the really drastic effects of climate change. We're talking more bushfires, heat waves, droughts, floods, cyclones, and rising sea levels. Yeah, it's a lot. And the UN says we need to take action now. That means reducing the amount of emissions we're sending into the atmosphere, but it also means preparing for a changing planet.
Today I'm announcing additional steps to help states and cities deal with the consequences of extreme heat.
Over in the US, the government says it's trying to find ways to keep people safe during heat waves by giving outdoor workers more rights, improving weather forecasting, and creating better access to drinking water. Experts say Australia also needs to get ready for the heat waves, droughts, and bushfires, which could be caused by El Niño in the next few years. And after that, for the extreme weather that climate change could bring.
Climate change is here, it is terrifying, and it is just the beginning.